What's going on, guys? Mike, aka Crypto Jewels, gonna do a VAI, VAI, Vaiot video update. It's been a week or so since I did one. The last video we did, maybe it was on Sunday, was a macro video talking about the higher time frame expectations of what I think ultimately VAI is doing. Which, just to give you a quick idea, and I'm not going to go into the details of the pivot points and any of that stuff, but ultimately, I believe that on the macro, we're looking at a 1, 2, and then possibly, if this remains impulsive, a 3, 4, 5, taking us up to potentially $219 with a possible pivot point in this area here, which is $3 to $9. At that point, that could be a pivot where we could reject and retrace down. So if you want the details of that macro count, go ahead and scroll back and see the video I did, a few days ago, a week ago, whatever it was. But let's hop into the overall micro count real quick, just to give an idea of where we are and where I think we might be going in the short term. All right, so ultimately, I believe that we have a impulsive structure up, being a 5-wave impulse off of the low, which is a trend reversal, a trend reversing structure if this holds, and then possibly either working on a WX and then a Y down, which currently would be shaping up in this yellow A, B, and then a possible C down, which would basically be calling for one more low. And then from there, we would impulse up and start our 3-wave structure up. Or we could be in this A, B, C, and this being the bottom here. I mean, my primary, I guess, if you want to call it that, is that we have bottomed, but we still need proof. And what does proof look like? Well, let's go ahead and dive in and find out what proof looks like. So in order for us to have a valid, potential bottom in, what we have to have in Elliott wave structure is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave structure up, and then a 3-wave down, and then a break back above the top of that 5, wherever that may be, in order to really solidify that the bottom being in. We currently do not have a 5-wave impulse up. We are working on a 5-wave impulse up, being this 1, 2, 3, and then this ABC, which is a flat structure for our 4, and now possibly working on our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, which could put in our full 5-wave structure. And then from there, we would need a 3-wave down and a break back above the top of that 5 in order to really solidify the bottom. If we do not get that and we get rejected, then, like I said, we're in this yellow count, being this A here. This would be an A down. This would be a B. And then this would begin our impulsive 5-wave structure down for our C wave, and then a reversal once we bottom down there in a 5-wave manner. So ultimately, those are the two scenarios that are still viable and still likely. We currently are holding pretty darn well from a microstructure standpoint. We're currently holding a 1, 2 wave of this possible 5, being this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that puts in our 1. We have this nice 2 wave, which retraced down to our 618, almost right on the nose, which, as we've been talking about, if you guys follow my videos, typical 2 waves retrace 50% to 78.6% retracement. I like to see, deeper 2s in crypto, given the emotional nature of crypto, which this one ended up hitting exactly at 61.8% retracement, and so far has been acting, pretty darn good off of that low. So what we need to see from here, it looks like we've got a 3-wave structure in. So this looks like a 1, 2. This could be a 3, a 4, and then a 5 up to put in basically our 1 of our 3. So this would be, basically your 1 wave of your 3, and then you would need 5, 4, 5, like so, in order to, get that 5-wave structure off of the low. So ultimately right now it's looking pretty darn good that our bottom could be in. If not, then what we have is we have a 1 wave down and then a possible 2 up, and then we'll fall down into our 3, 4, 5 from there. And that would be targeting somewhere around 0.33 to 0.53 really. But again, given the nature with crypto in a whole right now, I do believe that the bottom for Bitcoin is in, and I do believe Bitcoin is aiming towards its 3 of 3 in its respective count. So my assumption is that this is going to hold, but that's just an assumption. That's not based off of the chart or anything like that. So basically, our 4-wave structure support is anywhere from 50% to 38.2% retracement, which is 0.08 cents all the way to 0.86 cents. So really, as long as VAI is holding above that structure at the moment, because we only have a 1, 2, 3, 4, this could turn into some sort of a different type of consolidation. Just because you've got an impulse here and a possible 1, 2 does not mean that this is a completed structure. I mean, 4-wave structures can morph and change into anything. They're frustrating, they're boring, they're annoying. They market participants lose interest typically during 4 waves. So this 4-wave could still be ongoing, but really, as long as we are holding this 0.08 cents or so, ultimately I believe that we are going to eventually be turning up into our 5th wave, whether that's now or whether that's later. But as of right now, like I said, we do have an impulse. We have this impulse off of the low here, which is a 5-wave structure. We have a nice 3-wave correction down, which could put in our 2. And right now, really, in order for this to stay valid as a 3-wave, let's see, we need about 9.5 cents or so to hold from here. If we do break back below that, then I would assume this thing would probably fall down into some sort of a WXY or some other corrective structure. Again, as long as it's holding above this, not 8 cents. So ultimately, I believe we are going to be working on our next wave up, and that 5th wave could take us really anywhere from, let's get a rough target on it real quick. So it could take us up anywhere from 11.5 cents all the way up to about 14 cents or so. Let's hold on, let me throw one more fib on here just to get an idea of what our 3rd wave did. So our 3rd wave did not extend. So yeah, somewhere around this zone, 15 cents would be an ideal target for our 5th wave up here. But really, once we get an impulse up and finish this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wherever that may take us, then our top of our 5 would be in at that point, and then we could expect or anticipate some sort of a larger 3-wave correction down. And right now, I would assume that 3-wave correction is not going to go as deep as you typically see 2 waves go. Just because I think I said 3-wave, 2 waves, my apologies. Just because we are entering into our wave 3, and in wave 3s, typically pullbacks are few and far between, and usually are very shallow. So that's what I'm seeing right now on VAI. See y'all later.